The Tamam Shud Rubaiyat Code. In 1948, a rare book called the Tamam Shud Rubaiyat was discovered at the scene of an unknown man's murder in Australia. The book had been used as a makeshift weapon to bludgeon the man over the head, and it was found with a bizarre series of markings scrawled inside of it. These markings have now become known as the Tamam Shud Rubaiyat Code, and they may hold the key to one of Australia's most enduring mysteries. The book itself is a collection of poems by the Persian poet Omar Khayyam, and it was published in 1879. What makes this particular copy so rare is that it was printed in India in 1908 for the British Army. Only 2 other copies are known to exist, and they're both held in major libraries. When the police examined the book, they found a series of strange markings inside the front cover and on the first page. There were 2 columns of what appeared to be random numbers, letters and symbols, along with some words and phrases in English, Persian, and possibly German. At first glance, it looks like a madman's ramblings, but there may be more to it than meets the eye. What's really fascinating is that this book was found with the body of a man who was identified only as the Somerton Man. He was discovered on Somerton Beach in Adelaide, Australia, on December 1, 1948. The police soon realized that he was a local, and that he had likely been murdered elsewhere and then dumped on the beach. But despite a massive investigation, they were never able to identify him or solve his murder. And that brings us back to the Tamam Shud Rubaiyat. When the book was examined more closely, it became clear that the markings weren't random. They were actually a cipher of some sort. The words and numbers were written in a mirrored version of the Nastaliq script, which is used in Persian calligraphy. And when the pages were put under a UV light, some of the ink glowed a bright red color, making it clear that the book had been tampered with in some way. Now, the cipher itself has never been cracked, but there are a few theories out there. Some believe that it was created by the killer as a kind of calling card, a way of taunting the police and saying, "I am the one who did this." Others believe that the cipher holds the key to the Somerton Man's identity. It contains a message which, when decoded, will reveal who he was, and perhaps even why he was killed. Of course, there are also those who believe that the whole thing is just a coincidence, that the markings in the book have nothing to do with the murder or the victim. But if that were true, why were the pages written in a mirrored version of the Nastaliq script? And why were some of the words and numbers glowing red under the UV light? The truth is, we may never know for sure what the Tamam Shud Rubaiyat Code means, or if it even has anything to do with the Somerton Man. But one thing is certain, it's one of the most mysterious unsolved cases in Australian history. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my others about mysterious unsolved crimes. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an upload.